before you tonight to introduce the band and present this wonderful occasion. Our beautiful new Performing Arts Center has been open just under a month, so this is probably our fourth thing we've had in this room. It's very exciting. And I don't know, I know we have lots of 7th and 8th grade parents in the audience tonight. Tuesday we had 6th grade parents. And I can remember last year at this time, we were in the gym, and I said, next year at this time, we'll be in our beautiful new Performing Arts Center. And here we are, it's come true. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for allowing your students to come twice this week. We have such a big band, and we have so many audience members that we needed to do 2 performances this year. So without further ado, I'm excited to present the Hillsboro Band, but before I present them, I'm going to present our wonderful band director, Mr. Cameron Gish.
All right, the group in front of you is the 6th grade band, and Ms. Miller mentioned this last night, and I'm going to reiterate it tonight, but this group has only been playing their instruments for 4 months now. They started in August. Everyone was a beginner. Some of them played guitar or drum set, but this is the first time playing their traditional band instrument that we have in this group. So I think it's really amazing when you consider they've only been playing 4 months what they're able to do right now. One of the cool things about our school is that the students are so involved not only in band but in a lot of other activities. So if you are a member of another school club, sports team, group, theater, something like that, please stand up so we can see what percentage that is. Okay? So it's a huge percentage of kids. So it's really, really neat to see. One of the cool stats that you have in your program is that every single 6th grade student council representative is in the band. And so that just speaks to the volume of the type of kids that we get. They're the best and the brightest and the most involved in the school, and we're really, really proud of them. The first piece that you heard was called First Christmas March, and it kind of has a different sampling of Christmas tunes that you may have heard before. Our second piece is called Celtic Christmas, and it's going to give a little bit more slow down to the piece, and it's going to be different. It was a challenge for us to play, but I think they're doing a really nice job with it, and I hope you enjoy Celtic Christmas. All right, as we prepare for our last piece, which is the traditional version of Holiday Fanfare, we did it last year with our group, and we're going to try to keep it our traditional thing that we end every concert with the 6th grade. They always have fun with it. This is a piece that's based on I Saw Three Ships, and the kids always really enjoy it. A couple things before we play this last piece. I'm going to brag on them a little bit. Last year's class was an hour long, and usually the way lunch works is sometimes it gets split among different classes. And so this year, the related arts time is split. So the kids come in for 15 minutes, which is enough time for us to get our instruments together and then put them away to go to lunch. And then we get 30 minutes at the end. And so I told the kids, I was like, you know, last year your math class was cut. This year our related arts time is split with lunch. So I have to make the best of it. And these kids have done a phenomenal job. They have really 30 minutes of rehearsal time every day that we get to do. We practice rhythm reading and some other things like that before lunch every day. But they only really get 30 minutes of playing time. And so when you think about last year's group doing what they did in an hour, and this group doing the same thing in 30 minutes, I think it's a really big testament to these guys and how hard they work. I'm very proud of them because they come in early. They practice from 8 to 8:20 in the mornings. They ask if they can get out of their recess time on Fridays to come practice. And they really, really are into band, and that's awesome. And it really pushes me to continue doing the hard work to put in to make sure they have a good experience. So if you're a 6th grade parent, then I hope that you're very, very proud of your children, because I am. And if you're a 7th or 8th grade parent, I hope you realize that these kids were in the same spot that your child was in 1 or 2 years ago, and I hope you realize the progress they've made. So hope you enjoy our last piece. It's called Holiday Fanfare, and we hope you enjoy it. Before we actually showcase our first piece, I want to talk to you a little bit about the 7th and 8th grade. Just because this is our 2nd year that we've had band here, we have some players that have played for 3 years. They went to a previous middle school. We have some kids in our band who've only played for 1 year. So if you've been playing for 1 year, would you please stand up? This is your first year in band. Raise your hand or stand up if you're in the back. So give these guys a round of applause. So, they are expected to play the exact same thing that the members of 2 and 3 years are playing. That was one of the deals we made. I said, you're more than welcome to come and we'd love to have you, but you're going to have to rise up. And they did. They absolutely did. So I hope you are very, very impressed with them, because I know that I am. A couple other things before we get started. We've been lucky enough to purchase some new instruments this year, and I wanted to show you what those were so that way you might be able to hear or at least see them. The first one is the bassoon over here, which Michaela Rucker plays. It's a double reed instrument. It's a little bit lower than the oboe, so it's in the double reed family. You can have a tenor saxophone, which is Will Singley's playing. He used to play the alto. This is one step below the alto saxophone, so it's a lower pitch saxophone. And then the lowest pitch is Leland Van Horn's bari sax. Obviously, you can see the larger the instrument, the lower the pitch. Okay, we have a couple new instruments in the back, some mallet instruments. that we purchased, which are great, and we have an oboe player, but unfortunately she is sick tonight, and she wasn't able to be with us, but her name is Eliza, and she's in 6th grade, and she plays the oboe. So those are some new instruments that, we all love Eliza. She's really, really talented. She's a great oboe player. So you might be able to listen for those instruments, and we hope you enjoy our first piece, a traditional favorite called African Bell Carol. Yes, we're going to do a quick warm-up first, and then we'll play African Bell Carol.
right, we're here with Fairview High School Media at the Hillsboro Middle School Christmas concert. This is Mr. PJ Littleton. How you doing, sir?
Very good.
So what is your position over here?
I am the PTO band chair for the PTO group here, and I am now the what I believe to be the president of the very first middle school band booster group.
PJ Littleton has gotten some sort of award. You want to tell us about that?
Well, I was honored back in early November at the Bands of America Music for All Grand National Marching Band Championships in Indianapolis with a national award that's presented each year to what they believe is the top parent booster in the nation, and it's referred to as the Patrick John Hughes Parent Booster Award.
All right, before we play our third piece for you, I did want to recognize a couple of students in our 7th and 8th grade band who are auditioning for an event called Mid-State, which includes students from the Kentucky border to the Alabama border and anyone in the Mid-State area. It's a huge group of students that will be auditioning this Saturday, and we're lucky enough to have 8 of them in our group. It's the first time that anybody from Hillsboro has ever auditioned for this group. They've put in a tremendous amount of work outside of class to be able to do this. They've come in early, they've taken private lessons, so I want to recognize them. Our 8th grade flute player, Madison White. 8th grade clarinet player, Grace Cunningham. 7th grade alto sax, Jordan Hafner. 7th grade tenor sax, Will Singley. 7th grade baritone sax, Leland Van Horn. 7th grade trumpet, Emily Grabby. 7th grade trumpet, Webb Littleton. And 7th grade French horn, Jonah Raymond. So these guys will be going on Saturday morning bright and early to audition before a group of judges, and then out of those students that audition, it'll be a group selected. So we're really hoping that one of our kids will be able to make this and be the first Hillsboro student to ever play in the Mid-State Band, and I'm really optimistic that we'll have at least one. So we're really excited for these guys and wish them the best of luck. Our next piece that we're going to play is called The Simple Gifts of Christmas and includes the melody Simple Gifts, which I'm sure many of you will recognize whenever you hear the piece. So we hope you enjoy The Simple Gifts of Christmas. All right, concerts always go by so quickly. I feel like we just got started. I did want to give a couple people a shout out because they're awesome and they make my job a whole lot more fun and a whole lot more enjoyable. The first of those is our fantastic principal, Miss Miller. I don't know if she's still here or not. There she is. So I want you to give her a huge round of applause. Number one, for believing enough in a band program that she would be willing to stick her neck out for it whenever 12 people signed up. And here we are with 90, and I'm proud to say that we are, of almost 31% of our school is enrolled in band, which I would venture to say is as high, if not higher, than any other school in our county. So I'm very, very proud of her support and all of the work that she does to make sure that I'm able to do my job well. Another fantastic person sitting right beside her is Miss Alicia Justice. She's another fantastic administrator of ours. And Ms. Pittman is also an amazing, amazing support system for us and the entire arts team. We talk about it all the time, is that we have the best administrators for arts. They're always trying to think of things that we can do, opportunities for us to perform, and we appreciate their support. Elizabeth Pitsley is also here. She's probably taking pictures somewhere. She's right there. She's our fantastic arts team leader, so please give her a round of applause. She is Miss Hillsboro in the word. I mean, she is absolutely everywhere in the school, and she's also my room buddy, and she has to listen to all these kids before they're ready for the concert, so she deserves a lot of credit for that as well. Melissa Dufresne, who was here last night, she's the Fine Arts Curriculum Specialist for our county. This is her first year. She's been a really great support system too, so we appreciate her, and Dr. Lee, the superintendent, and the rest of the board for all their help. Jennifer Jones and Lauren Van Horn were here decorating this fantastic stage, so please give them a round of applause as well. I want to give a big shout out to all the band parents, 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, for all your support. I know that sometimes we ask you to come, pick up your kids late, bring them early, do this, do that, be here for the parade at 12 o'clock on Saturday, and a lot of other events that we ask you to do, but I appreciate your support. Also appreciate that you are willing to let your kids practice at home, and I'm sure there's times whenever you would rather them not practice. I love the stories of going on vacation and practicing on the beach. Taking it in the car, even though there's no room, because the kid has to practice. So I love their enthusiasm, and definitely do the job for that reason. So other than that, there are two other people here tonight who I want to pay a lot of attention to, and one of those is my mom, and one of those is my dad, and they're in the back. So they have all been in your shoes, and they've been there through the 6th grade band concert, the piano lessons, and high school band and college band and everything in between. And they drove from Kentucky this afternoon to be able to watch the concert in this new facility. So I really appreciate them and all their support for over the years for listening to my trombone, baritone, and piano playing at home. So I appreciate them being here. Before we play the last piece, I did want to say that these are the most fantastic kids in the whole entire world. These are the 6th grade kids. There's not many kids in this school that I would choose to participate in the band other than these kids right here, because these are the hardest working, they're the most dedicated, they're the most involved, they have a great attitude, they're always super happy, they're always energetic, they're always excited, and they make my job a whole lot more fun. And these, I have no doubts, are the best 31% of Hillsboro School that we could find. So please give them a huge round of applause. They're doing a fantastic job. All right, I did this with the 6th grade. I want to do it with this group as well. So stand up if you're involved in anything at school other than band. Another big percentage. And a lot of the kids that aren't standing up are on travel soccer teams or travel dance teams, and they do everything outside of school, including their grades. So definitely appreciate all their hard work, all your support, and I hope you enjoy our last piece. It's definitely their favorite one, and I think you'll enjoy it too. It has a really cool slide whistle part, a ratchet part, and some other things that you'll think are very interesting to hear. And our last piece is called "You'd Better Watch Out."
Great job, everyone. And Mr. Gish is right. We have great scholars in Hillsboro. These are representatives of our wonderful kids. I was so proud just looking at all their faces, thinking, oh, you guys did such a good job. 6th grade, congratulations. Great job. Before I let you go, though, I think we owe someone else a big thank you. Who else did a great job here? Mr. Gish.
you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you guys performed really well. What was the hardest part about putting this all together?
I think the hardest part is our 7th and 8th grade don't meet together, so there's 2 separate classes. So we had to have some after-school rehearsals to put those 2 groups together, but I thought they did really well. I was really proud of them.
That's awesome. What's your favorite song to perform?
I think the last one, just because the kids have more fun with it. They really get into all the slide whistles and the ratchets and the cool parts. So whenever they have fun, it makes my job a lot more fun too.
That was a lot of fun. I gotta admit, me and my cameraman, we giggled backstage when we heard the slide whistle.